So what you're going to see first is coming down Pawtucket Avenue heading south, and you're going to take a left into the new main entry boulevard, which aligns with the existing clock tower. You'll see on the far left of the road, there's an extra wide sidewalk for students as well as bicyclists entering the facility off of Pawtucket Avenue. The entry boulevard is aligned directly to the front entry of the school and terminates at a very large and grand open plaza area for a large number of students to meet before they enter into the main entry. We're going to go off to the right side of the building, or the south side of the building. We're going to take a look back at the new turf fields. Here you'll see the baseball field overlaid with the regulation soccer field. And as we turn the corner, you'll see the auditorium entrance right after that stair tower we just passed. The greenhouse, we're coming in on the new greenhouse and its location on the site. And then you'll see the halftime facility in the distance and a bus turnaround zone. You'll also see those gray boxes on the ground behind the auditorium, which is a windowless space where a lot of outdoor mechanical equipment will be located. Here you see the roof of the halftime building. There is a control point here with a ticket booth. You see the building service loading dock entry and a lot of landscaping elements to help block that view from this new student plaza, what we call a corridor for student use. It aligns directly with the student commons on the left side of the building. It offers a lot of meeting and gathering areas for students during the day and spectators in the evening, which you see here. A game going on at dusk, if you will, to get a nice view of the new football stadium and regulation track that encompasses the new stadium. See the home field side stadium seats, which is about 1,540 seats. The elevated walking track provides a nice area for additional spectators. Here we're passing the auditorium athletic entry, with a parent drop-off and pickup just in front of that, so it'll be an active zone in the morning and afternoon hours. Here's the softball field overlaid on top of a regulation, another multi-purpose regulation soccer field. The tennis courts we lit in the model so you could see them in the night rendering. There is no lighting planned for the tennis courts currently, but we do have 6 tennis courts. This is the secondary exit entry point from the school, which students will use primarily when they leave the campus in the afternoon, and it aligns with the existing traffic light on Pawtucket Avenue. So when we transition to the front of the building, we're going to go through the main entry doors, and that's coming up in a moment here. You'll see a check-in window on the right, the second security door here where we have administration on the right, guidance on the left, 2-story entry foyer. Wanted to make sure it allowed a lot of natural light and volume as you enter the space. Going through the third security checkpoint, you'll see more glass for administration on the right, guidance and deans on the left, and also display areas above, which we'll take a peek into when we get to the second floor. Here you see an area for branding on either side of this corridor intersection with 2 large stairs that flank the entrance into the student commons. So these walls painted in red now will have graphics on them that show the historic significance of East Providence as well as green features of the school. This is the 2-story student commons. The glass at the far wall in the distance is above the servery line. It gives you views into the culinary food lab, and that was an important connection to student commons. And on the opposite end, you'll see a connection into the athletic center and fitness center on the second floor. We're going into the auditorium entry on the south side of the building. We wanted the space to be open and inviting, so we lifted the ceiling up and made a 2-story balcony overlook from the second floor. We're entering 2 large double door openings into the center of the auditorium, which will be your main level of entrance. The floor slopes about 1 inch per 8 per foot. As we go down to the stage, there's handicap access on both sides of the lower seating area to get access to the lower level and also direct access to the stage, which we're going to walk on now. As we approach the stage on the far wall, you'll see a bunch of small plaques. That's the area for the Hall of Fame, and it can be expanded on the opposite end of the auditorium wall as well. The stadium-style seats in the back, you can see that they're centered around the projection room at the back of the auditorium, which is a 900-seat auditorium classroom. Here we're going in the opposite side, the north entry, which is our main athletic entrance that we walked around on the exterior. Here you see the same kind of double volume space. That's a concession area and ticket booth to your right, close to the entry doors. Into the gymnasium area where we have the competition basketball court on the left-hand side, which is a reason for all the painted graphics on the floor. Bleachers on both sides. You can see how the walking track is open to the gym and overlooks the entire gym below. Jumping up to the walking track, you can see how what an amazing space would be for spectators to have overflow viewing of games below. We're going to walk out of the walking track through a set of doors that leads us directly to the two-story multi-use fitness center. We peeled the floor away from the fitness center so you get a full view of that two-story glass wall. You can see a lot of equipment on the first floor below. We're walking around that floor opening and heading into the second floor mezzanine of the fitness center where we have the majority of the treadmills, bicycles, elliptical machines, stair machines all located here. You see TVs up above and that red painted soffit above. Views into the student commons below. Amazing views into the stadium beyond through this glass wall. And as we turn around, we have a view into the first floor of the fitness center. And there's also a dedicated stair within this zone so you don't have to leave the space to get down to the first floor. As we exit into the hallway, we're going to take a left-hand turn. We're going to see those two large stairs that allow a number of students to effortlessly move from the first floor to the second floor in front of the student dining, student commons glass wall that you see here. There'll be a quick view outside this glass wall that looks down the two-story entry foyer with another set of stairs that bring you up to the third and fourth floor. Here we're heading down to the second floor restaurant. That's a view into the student culinary food lab. We're going to take a peek inside the culinary classroom, which is set up like a Food Network demo kitchen. You can see a TV above the chef's area where the students watch and learn on the screen overhead. Here is the restaurant. We just passed the hostess station and the alcove for the men and women's toilets, but this is a large restaurant area that can be subdivided by another movable partition into two teaching areas, and it has a lot of exterior windows. We actually brought the window sill line down so when you're sitting up against that area you can see into the stadium beyond. Here we're walking up one of the stairs to the third floor in front of student commons. You'll see teacher collaboration on the left, and then Library Media Center, which we're taking a peek into now, which is a two-story space. And this is teacher collaboration. The same floor plan here is copied on the fourth floor above. And this is a major hub and intersection for students to congregate and discuss and socialize in the school, so we made it extra wide and open. This is a teacher collaboration large conference room with shades for privacy. We're heading down the hallway here where you see a small group collaboration as we enter into one of the 4 academic neighborhoods with classrooms on the left. The white vertical panels that line up with the vocational collaboration space are marker surfaces for either outside the vocational lab or inside of it. They can be used on either side. Wanted to make sure the space was open and inviting and allowed views from one classroom to the other through the space that you see here. We're going to take a peek into the open lecture hall. There's 2 of these. They go from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor. They have stadium seats for students to sit on and a teaching wall in each one. This is a view into a typical science lab. This one is fitted out with gas and fume hoods. Everything you see in white is movable and can be rearranged in multiple configurations. All the tan-colored casework is fixed to the wall. Here you can see the fume hood on the left side. Prep rooms on the right. Back into the hallway, passing the open lecture hall. You'll get a view into the vocational collaboration zone here. Classrooms on this side, on the right side, and also on the left side, past the vocational collaboration. As we go into this space, I want to give you a sense of its openness. You can see from the 4th floor down into this area, we've raised the roof up so there's a lot of natural light from the 4th floor, from the roof to the 4th floor, and borrowed into the 3rd floor below. So there you have it. It's an amazing project.